Okay, his question is part of sabr being patient with a very difficult spouse who's very argumentative, very stubborn, has a short temper, makes life difficult, makes you want to, finish the marriage as soon as possible. He mentions examples in the Quran of Nuh, of Lut, who were patient with very difficult wives, or wives who were disbelievers for long periods of time. Is this part of sabr, or is this not called for and unneeded? Okay, my answer is as follows. There is absolutely no doubt that there is a significant level of sabr required in marriage. You want to learn sabr, get married. Wallah, you learn the hard way. Ask uncle if you want. Yeah, go ask auntie. 20 years, he'll let you know. Honestly, yes. Many of you know I got married at a young age, and I mention it sometimes just to inspire young people that look, if you get married, you'll forcibly develop sabr. Now, it's 100% certainty that you require a degree of sabr in order to be patient with your spouse, husband or wife. A different person, different culture, different world, different life, their own flaws, their own mistakes. You have to have some level of sabr to accept their harm and to still consistently be good to them. Okay, there is a level of harm at which sabr becomes something negative. There's a level of harm at which Allah gives you the license to end the marriage, dissolve the marriage, right? As we know, talaq or fasakh or various forms of any khulu'. If there is physical harm, if there's significant abuse in the marriage, and if there is incompatibility between the spouses and various other reasons, there's enough justification. The Sharia has created this exit. It's an emergency exit. Now, you wouldn't exit from the emergency exit every day, but in case of emergency, you can exit. However, in order to make sure people don't use the divorce license very easily and simply whenever they feel down, Allah created a system of mediation. Okay, if you have an issue with your spouse, first remind them. Then after that, don't sleep in the same bed as them. Then third, after that, mediation. Bring two people somebody from both families. A neutral third party. Third party. To try and help both spouses reconcile. Try to reconcile once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5, 6. As many times as you possibly can. When you reach a point where the differences are not reconcilable, you've been through as much sulh and you've attempted mediations and involved the local imam and the family council, you tried everything and it's not working, there's a point in time when it may be untenable, it might be unviable for the marriage to continue, and you may have to consider a form of divorce. Now, Nuh alayhi salam was patient with his wife who was disbelieving. Lut alayhi salam who was patient with his wife who was disbelieving. Does this mean that we should also be patient for decades and decades, and there is no point at which time you can crack, at which time you can take the emergency exit? No, Allah, in our Sharia, Allah has created the emergency exit for a reason. However, one of the things the Prophet ﷺ taught us, you can say 80% of marriage is about sabr. It's about overlooking the faults and getting through the hard times and getting through the dips and the ups and downs and hoping that there is a steady state later on. Try and try again and keep trying. But there is a point, you will need expert guidance from a sheikh or a scholar or somebody known who understands the Sharia to tell you, listen Habibi, that's it. There's no hope now. Don't try to make that ijtihad on your own. Always try to consult somebody so that you don't end the marriage prematurely.